Pregame.com.
All right, pros usually avoid futures when it comes NCAA tournament time, but they do bet props. This is Brad Powers, Pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip, and a little NCAA tournament betting, prop betting that is, 101. And to the left of me here, the only two-time Super Contest champ. What should I be doing as far as attacking the prop market when it comes to NCAA tournament time, Fez?
Well, when betting props in tournament time, it's very similar to betting props pretty much in all sports. Bet things you can bet one way or the other way. So we're talking about betting a yes or a no. We're talking about betting an over or an under. Let's give examples, maybe a prop on how many games the Big Ten will win in the Big Dance, how many games will go into overtime. Over or under 2.5. Will a number 14 seed win a game? I love playing against props where I can choose one side or the other versus props where I can only bet one way.
And it's all about the house vig. You'd much rather lay the minus 110 where the house only has, a return of 4.54%. Is that correct?
Yeah, so every $22 bet, you bet 11 to win 10 on one side, I bet 11 to win 10 on the other side. The house takes in $22, they have to pay out $21, they make 122nd. That 4.54%, in truth, most books are going to hold way more than 4.54%. How is that possible when a drunk Russian throwing darts, picking games, is only going to lose at minus 4.54%? Because the public is going to bet these long shot props where you can only bet one way. Who's going to win the region? Who's going to win the tournament? Stuff like that. And they're going to bet parlays. And those are the propositions and the situations where the book really makes their hay come tournament time.
Let's talk specifically what props you're looking to attack. You really like the unique props that open up at one shot first, right?
Yeah, so I'll use the Super Bowl as an example. So a couple of examples. Number of punts that were going to be in the Super Bowl one shop opened 11. Punts closed 8.5. They open up number of penalties, another shop, 13. It closes 11. Now, both of those bets turned out to be good bets versus the closing numbers to go under. However, think about what an obscene edge the sharp bettor had getting access to those opening numbers, playing under at the good numbers.
And it's really important. Do your homework first and find out when these places are opening so you can beat the other pros when it comes to these prop plays.
Absolutely. So secret of the trade, if you will, that the pros do is whenever someone is the first person to put numbers out, just happened in baseball. MLB season win numbers just popped up. You want to play the Pittsburgh Pirates under 76.5, you got to be first in line. Otherwise, you get to play the Pirates under 74. The same is going to be true. I don't know where they're going to make their mistakes, but I'm sure that select shops are going to put up bad numbers that the first or the second guy there is going to be able to take advantage of.
Your second main factor.
Look to avoid the needle in the haystack props. Who's going to win the entire tournament? Who's going to win the region? It's sexy. I know it's fun to say, I'm going to bet 20 to 1 or 100 to 1. I know the logic. Oh, all they got to do is win 3 games. Then I can go ahead and hedge back and lock in a profit. Well, the truth is, oftentimes they need to win 2 games for you just to be able to hedge back and make a tiny profit at that point. The house vig is so tremendously large in those bets.
But, I mean, it's the NCAA tournament. It's nice to have fun. And if you're looking to bet these long shots, wouldn't you recommend playing them in your pools instead of having a bunch of futures tickets?
Absolutely. And that's the way to attack this. Play in as many pools as humanly possible. Let's face it, the average office pool, there is no house edge. 100% of the money gets refunded. Go ahead and call up that uncle that you haven't talked to for a couple of years. Ask him if he can enter 5 times into his office pool, and you can go ahead and fill it out and really just get involved in as many as possible. And we'll be one thing about these pools, different strategies if you've got 1,000 entries versus if there's 12 entries. So a lot of complexity to these office pools, but very little house edge.
And in the future here, next week or 2, we're going to be doing a how to bet as far as pools go. We'll look for that video later. But as far as this video goes, let's wrap it up, Fez.
Let's make it official. Focus on the two-way props, things you can bet yes or no on, things that you can go over or under on at minus 110 vig. Avoid the needle in the haystack props, like who will win a region or who will win the entire tournament. The Fez math says focus on the props you can bet on or against. More videos, pregame.com.